Good morning and welcome to the Mega News at 6. News coming to you from our studios on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate, Nungwa, Adogono. My name is El Samuels. The news is also live across our social media handles on MBN 360, Facebook, YouTube, X, and TikTok. But first, we take a look at the headlines.
Government directs 100 million Ghana cedis allocation annually for special needs education. In business, the FDA has warned the public not to consume or sell food recovered from flood waters. And on the international front, most massive Russian attack on Kyiv kills at least 22.
Details of the stories and more coming up. The Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, has directed the Ghana Education Service Trust Fund, the GET Fund, to ensure that annual allocation of 100 million Ghana cedis to support special needs education across the country beginning in 2027.
He said the directive is to guarantee sustained financing for the implementation of free education for learners with special needs and disabilities nationwide under the amended GET Fund Act. Announcing the policy during a press conference on Thursday, July 2, Mr. Idrisu said the initiative forms part of government efforts to expand access to education and promote inclusive learning for persons with disabilities. He explained that 100 million Ghana cedis allocation captured in the 2026 GET Fund budget formula will be maintained annually to support the program. Mr. Idrisu stressed that disability must never limit educational opportunity, adding that the policy reflects government's commitment to inclusive education. He noted that Ghana currently has 39 public special and integrated schools, comprising 29 special boarding schools, 7 integrated schools for the visually impaired, and 3 integrated schools for the hearing impaired.
Today is historic for us in Ghana at the Ministry of Education in our journey towards the provision of inclusive, quality, and equitable education. I'm happy to announce that subsequent to the amendment of the GET Fund Act by Parliament, one of the enduring legacy of President John Dramani Mahama and a social intervention initiative targeted towards the vulnerable will be making special education free in Ghana and funded adequately by the GET Fund. In the 2026 budget of the GET Fund formula, an amount of 100 million was allocated for the implementation of free special needs education and persons with disability. The Act 581 does give me the power and mandate as minister to issue policy directives. I have accordingly and will further direct GET Fund to make sure that for 2027 into 2028 and for the tenure of President Mahama, every other year, this 100 million is allocated to support special needs education to allow for the effective implementation and to reach out to persons with special needs. For a special needs and disability never mean limited opportunity, and that the promise of education must reach every child in every community regardless of ability, background, gender, and circumstance. It is therefore my honor to line the government flagship of the Ghana's Free Education Initiative for learners with special needs and disabilities.
Now moving straight to the court, where a high court in Accra has ordered the extradition of Frederick Comey popularly known as Abuthrika, to the United States to face charges in an alleged $8 million romance scam case.
His counsel, Oliver Baker-Vormawor, confirmed the development in a Facebook post, describing it as a fast-tracked ruling that could set the stage for an appeal to the Supreme Court. In his post on Thursday, July 2, Baker-Vormawor, who is currently out of Ghana on work duties, said he had been informed of the court's decision. I am out of Ghana for work. I just heard that the case of Abuthrika has been fast-tracked and a judge has just ordered his extradition. The extradition order comes after earlier proceedings in which the High Court in Accra granted Kumi bail in the sum of 30 million Ghana cedis with 2 justified sureties following months in custody. Abuthrika, who has been in custody since December 2025, is being sought by United States authorities over allegations of romance fraud. The latest ruling is expected to intensify legal proceedings, with possible appeals likely to determine the outcome of the extradition process.
From the court, we get to the Wassa-Memphis Municipal Directorate of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, has revealed that about 100 buildings have completely collapsed following the recent flooding in Samareboy.
An additional 20 structures were also partially destroyed, leaving large sections of the community unsafe for habitation as recovery efforts continue. According to NADMO, although flood waters have largely receded, the extent of structural damage and contamination risks still make the area unsafe for immediate return. Speaking in an interview, the Deputy Municipal NADMO Director, Christopher Bevel, confirmed that nearly 1,900 residents have been affected and remained displaced. We have about 100 buildings that are totally collapsed, with 20 partially collapsed. For the population which was affected by the flood, it is about 1,900 for now. Although the flood waters have receded, the houses are currently not safe for habitation, he said. The flooding followed heavy rainfall that caused the Samre and Tano rivers to overflow their banks, resulting in widespread destruction and displacements of residents.
Away from Wassa-Memphis, NADMO Directorate, we go straight to the business desk, where the Food and Drugs Authority has warned the public against accepting, consuming, selling, or distributing food and other regulated products recovered from flood waters following the recent floods in parts of the Greater Accra region.
In a food safety alert issued on Thursday, July 2, the authorities said it had observed some unidentified individuals retrieving food products from flood waters and other affected sites after the June 29 floods. According to the FDA, some of the individuals have also been seen on social media claiming the intent to distribute the recovered items to unsuspecting members of the public, including students. The authority cautioned that it could not guarantee the safety or quality of such products, warning that they may have been contaminated by flood waters and mishandling, posing a serious risk to public health. The FDA cannot vouch for the safety or quality of these products, as they may have been contaminated by flood waters and mishandling, which could pose a serious risk to public health, the statement said. Members of the public are therefore strongly advised not to accept, consume, sell, offer for sale, or distribute any food or other regulated products recovered from flood waters. Flood waters often carry sewage, chemicals, other waste, and harmful microorganisms that can contaminate food, drinking water, food preparation surfaces, and food storage facilities, etc. The floods have therefore increased the risk of food and water contamination, creating conditions that can lead to foodborne illnesses and outbreaks of cholera, typhoid fever, and dysentery, etc. The FDA strongly advises the public to be wary when purchasing food products, the statement added. The FDA urged the public to discard any food that has come into contact with floodwater and to drink only safe water, advising that water of uncertain quality should be boiled for at least 5 minutes before use. It also encouraged frequent hand washing with soap and safe water before preparing food, before eating, and after handling food-contaminated materials, while advising households to thoroughly clean and disinfect food preparation surfaces, utensils, refrigerators, and storage areas exposed to floodwater. The authority further advised the public to keep raw and cooked food separate to prevent cross-contamination and urged consumers to exercise caution when purchasing food products. The FDA called on the public to report any suspected sale or distribution of flood-damaged or unsafe food products to its nearest office or through its official social media platforms.
From the business desk, we go to the foreign front, where at least 20 people have been killed following what authorities describe as one of the most intense aerial assault on Kiev in recent months, as Russian forces launched a large-scale overnight attack targeting multiple areas of the Ukrainian capital.
Ukrainian officials say the capital, Kyiv, came under what has been described as one of the most massive Russian attacks in recent months, leaving at least 20 people dead and several others injured. Emergency services were deployed across multiple districts as explosions lit up the night sky and buildings were damaged in several parts of the city. Authorities say rescue operations are ongoing, with teams searching through rubble for survivors while firefighters work to contain fires triggered by the strikes. The attack marks a further escalation in the ongoing conflict, raising fresh concerns over civilian safety and the increasing intensity of long-range strikes on urban areas.
From Kiev, we've come to the end of this morning news updates. But before we take leave of you, let's take a second look at the stories making headlines.
Government directs 100 million Ghana cedis allocation annually for special needs education. In business, the FDA has warned the public not to consume or sell food recovered from floodwaters. And on the international front, most massive Russian attack on Kyiv kills at least 22.
For more news, log on to MBN 360. My name is El Samuels. A good morning. Up next is Sports Update.